All right, good evening. This is the Planning Board meeting of May 14th, 2019. If we could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And this is being brought to you by Area 58 Community Access Media. And the first thing on the agenda tonight is reorganization. So I'm going to step down as chairman and hand it over to Stephen.
Thank you, Mr. Mackey. At this time, I will entertain motions to nominate a new chairman.
Make a motion to nominate Bruce Mackey as our chair again.
We have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
I will second that.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It is so moved, unanimous.
All right, well, thank you very
Mr.
much.
Mackey, Mr. Chairman, the meeting is yours.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thank you, Stephen. And thank you, everybody. So next is the vice president. So I'd like to nominate, if I could do that, yeah, I nominate Jim for vice chair.
I'll second that.
So we have motion and a second. Further discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's unanimous. And, okay, then secretary. Now, anybody, do you want to continue being secretary?
I am taking notes right now.
I'll nominate Jen for secretary. And I'll second that.
So we have a motion and a second for Jen. Any further discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so that's
Thanks,
unanimous.
Yeah.
All right, I almost,
Serped.
there's another thing. We have a Serped commissioner. I have been for the past 6-7 years now. If someone else would like to do that, that would be fine.
Mr. Chair, could you explain a little bit on meetings, requirements, stuff like that?
Okay, in case anybody else may be interested. Yeah, the meetings are generally they're on Wednesdays, and it's after our second meeting of our month, so it's usually the fourth week, and it's right at the day after we have our meeting here.
Where are they
You know,
held?
Wednesday. They're in Taunton
Oh.
Center.
I probably couldn't
Okay.
commit to that monthly.
Yeah. All right. I just thought if you were
I-
interested.
No, I'd love to, but I can't get to Taunton monthly like
Yeah,
that.
okay, that's what I thought I'd ask. All right. All right, so I have been the Serpent Commissioner, and I'd be willing to continue doing that.
Make a motion for Bruce Mackey to be our Serpent rep.
I'll second that.
So we have a motion, the second. Further discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so that takes care of reorganization for tonight. So the first thing we have is a sign permit. It's Lisa Bethany. It's Stencil It, Inc., 2 Montello Street, Unit 6. Good evening.
Hello.
You just give us your name and address, please, and
My name is Lisa Bethany. My address is 208 Thompson Street in Halifax. The business address is 2 Montello Street in Carver. And Stencil It is a DIY, excuse me, DIY craft studio.
if you could, tell us about your business and the
Okay.
hours that.
So there's going to be, there aren't really set open and closed hours. It's going to be, people will register for workshops in the evenings usually, 6:30 to maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock. So people will register for classes, and it's going to be wood-based signs that people will supply the wood, the raw materials, paint and stain and whatnot, and a stencil, and people will paint and stain their wood signs for their home. That's pretty much the gist of it.
All right, thank you. So, what do you doing for signs?
So I have better copies if you all would like one. There's going to be a sign, one sign on the building above the door, and another sign on the sort of marquee thing by the road, the Silo Marketplace.
And Stephen, do these meet the dimensional requirements?
Mr. Chairman, they meet the dimensional requirements as well as the color requirements. It appears that they limit their color scheme to 3, as is required in the bylaws also.
All right, any comments by any of the board members? Any comments or questions?
I think the logo's really cute.
Thank you.
And this is a perfect business in town. This is the kind that I'm so excited to see.
Oh, good.
So I really, really hope that you're successful.
Thank you. Me too. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, through you, how are people going to get a hold of you to sign up for different classes and stuff?
So the registrations will be on a website. I'm going to try to link it to Facebook also so that people can register either way. But there'll be preset classes, so if you want to register for, say, a long rectangle sign, that would be a certain day. If you wanted to do like an 18-inch circle sign, that would be a different session. So it all depends on which type of product you want, and then you could just register for that one through the website.
Do you have a website already?
It's going to be stencilitstudio.com. It's already created, I just haven't published it and gone live with it just yet. I'm making some minor tweaks, but
Yep.
it'll be there, stencilitstudio.com.
It's your way to reach out to the community tonight. So that's why I'm asking these key questions.
Yeah, thank you.
Will you be stenciling your own sign?
Inside, yes. Yes.
Any other questions, comments?
Mr. Chair, I make a motion to approve the sign application for Lisa at number 2 Montello,
Second that.
Yep.
as presented with the colors. There's already pre-existing lighting on the building, so that's okay. And she'll just need a building permit, that's it.
So we have a motion, do I hear a second?
Jim seconded it.
Second that.
Oh, okay, so we do have a second. Further discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Good
So I
luck.
can put up the sign at any point now, or is there anything further I need to do?
if you just have to get a building permit.
A building permit, okay.
So I see that you have a sign permit here from the permitting office. Just pop into the office or give a call tomorrow. We'll let you know what you need to do.
Okay,
All right.
great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck.
All right, so we have next on the agenda is approval not required plan, Dennis Brolin, Center Street. It's map 14, lot 9B, and a discussion and possible vote. Stephen?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, this is a pretty standard A&R. Having reviewed it in the past, we have received A&Rs at one meeting and then voted on them at the subsequent meeting. We have reviewed this lot change. We are simply taking lot 1 to be removed from parcel 14-9B in order to create parcel 14-9B1 containing 237,098 square feet. Lot 1 is not to be considered buildable. Mr. Hoffman, I think your packet may be absent the paper A&R, so if you and Mr. Robinson can share, that'd be very collegial of you both. And actually, this here. So right now it's this, minus that. We'll do 2 things. So, Mr. Chairman, I'm just going to walk this around so that folks can see the, oops, forgive me. So the pink here is the parcel as it exists today. The yellow is what is being segmented
Okay.
out. Okay? Gentlemen, I'm sure that's fairly straightforward. So the purple is the parcel as it is, and the yellow is what is being segmented out, not to be a buildable lot. Okay?
Okay.
You have any idea why they're giving that parcel to the abutter?
I'm not sure. Typically, I would only inquire such things if it was creating a public safety perception of a hazard.
Yeah.
Private transactions like such as this, they typically don't tell us anyhow.
Well, it couldn't be a buildable lot anyway because of the, there's no street frontage, so, yeah.
And it indicates it on the Mylar, which is here, as well as the internal clerk's copy, not to be a buildable lot.
I would, I think that the plan looks, it looks good to me.
Sensitive.
How did that feel, guys?
Yeah.
I make a motion to endorse the plan as presented.
So we have a motion and a second. Those, further discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
All right. And so do we have something to, do we have MyLaws to sign?
We do, Mr. Chairman, over here on the longer table.
Okay. So we'll do that, we can do that after the meeting, if that's all right.
Yep.
All right, so we have a public hearing continued. It's on the application of David Mulcahy, 1929 Development LLC of Kingston, requesting a special permit and site plan review pursuant to section 2230 and 3100 of the Carver zoning bylaw for a property located at 157 North Main Street on Assessors Map 24 dash Lot 4A in Carver, Mass. And, so this, it says, public hearing is to be continued.
Mr. Chairman, we did receive a notice from the representing attorney seeking a continuance for this evening. No reason was stated, given we have done so. My recommendation is to allow the continuance if it's the will of the board. Our next meeting will be May 28th.
Make a motion to continue the public hearing to May 28th at 7 o'clock.
Second that.
We have a motion and a second for the discussion. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so that was unanimous. Okay, then we'll go on to planning board member notes.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Through you. As we're at a impasse again for the town, I am going to take this opportunity to thank Stephen for all your hard work. You actually fit into this community great. I wish you nothing but the best at your next job. You've actually really settled in here great. I appreciate all your leadership, your help, your diligence downstairs. You put together a great team. So I thank you for your help.
Thank you, sir.
That's all I got.
Yeah, in case any of the other planning board members haven't heard, I just learned myself this Tuesday that Stephen will be leaving us in 2 weeks. So it may be that he may not be here for the next meeting. We'll find out what's going to happen with that later on. But he is leaving us, so yeah, I just want to wish him the best. It was very enjoyable working with him, and I think he's done a lot of good for the town. And I know it's not a difficult job. It's not. It's a difficult job, and he did it well. He did it well.
Anybody can do
And,
it.
you know, dealing with the
Any monkey
public
can do
and dealing with these rowdy planning board members here. So, yeah, I do wish him the best of luck. That's for sure, and he will be missed. Okay, anybody else?
I also want to say thank you for your help, your time here, and I appreciate it, and our loss is Plymouth's gain. So we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you, sir.
Well, this is the first I'm hearing about this. So
Yeah,
I-
that's
Well, you
why
should
I
call me
thought I'd
back.
say,
I guess I emailed you twice last week.
I know you did.
Okay, well, I guess I'll echo everyone else's sentiments, and what does Plymouth get the pleasure of having you do?
We'll talk, we can talk offline.
Okay,
But
all
it's a focus in economic development, and I'm very pleased to note that it's a regional position, which would allow me, I believe, to continue to work toward achieving some of the economic development goals that are shared by Carver. So I look forward to seeing you all again in a different capacity perhaps, but Mr. Chairman, if it's okay if I can eat into some of the director notes, I just want to thank you all for your contribution and your leadership. My assimilation and acclimation to this community was made that much easier by all of you, and I so appreciate everything that you've all brought to the table. This has been one of the most rewarding experiences of my career.
Thank you.
Bruce, you don't cry, please don't cry. You're going to make us all cry.
Bruce, I
This
just want you
is,
to
this isn't our first time going through this.
Personally, I did threaten him today. I told him I was going to put him on wooden boat, and I had an arrow ready to go into it, so. it is
I
very
have
true
never
that
been
I
so
am too
politely
upset.
accosted.
And Mr. Chairman, I just had one other thing to mention too. This Saturday is the Kane Strong Golf Outing. We're completely sold out with golfers and dinners, but we are having a helicopter ball launch. So if anyone's interested in purchasing those, they can just look on the Facebook page, Kane Strong Golf Outing Facebook page. And then we're going to have a bunch of raffles if you want to donate a raffle as well. So it should be a fun time. Keeping our fingers crossed. I think we actually
It's gonna
might
be a beautiful
dry
day.
this year.
Beautiful
First time
day.
in 5 years we won't have rain, so.
Not this year, baby.
Which is incredibly ironic, right?
I know, this, the month we've had, but,
That's awesome.
thanks.
All right, planning director notes.
I just can't. I just want to thank you all again. And please know that at any time, I encourage and welcome any of you to call or reach out. As I said, I'm sure this is not the last time we'll be seeing each other.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
All right, we have minutes. Before we start on the minutes, I was just wondering, this is going through my head since the last meeting, is, how accurate the minutes have to be taken. And so I just want to go through this. I looked this up. I did a little research this morning, and I looked at the Mass Open Meeting Law Guide, and this was of October 6, 2017. And if anybody wants to read, I don't want to print out a bunch on my printer. I'd run out of ink, but it was page 16. And it said, while the minutes must include a summary of the discussions, so the minutes must include a summary of the discussions on each subject, but not a transcript is not required. So I take that to mean that it's not a word for word or sentence for sentence usually written of the minutes, but it's just the gist of the discussion. And then the other thing that it said was that the minutes have to be approved in a timely manner. And it's usually within 3 public meetings or 30 days from the meeting that we're approving the minutes, and whichever is the longest. So I just thought I'd just throw that out there so that everybody knows, what goes on with the meetings and how accurate the minutes have to be. All right, so we do have the regular meeting minutes of February 26th, March.
Mr. Chairman, apologies for interrupting. At the last meeting, we did approve the regular meetings minutes for February 26th.
Okay, so we
So I
did that.
believe what's outstanding for the regular is March 12th
Okay.
and March 26th and March 23rd.
It wasn't the regular that was approved, it was the zoning amendment.
Oh, the zoning amendments from the 26th was approved. My apologies. Thank you, Susan.
Oh, so it was the zoning minutes. So how do the board members want to take these? You want to take these one at a time? We'll have to take these one at a time. I know that's what we're going to have to do, I guess.
Stephen, do the minutes in front of us reflect the changes that I sent you last week?
They should. I forwarded those off to Jill,
Okay.
and when she prepared the packets, it was received before. So
Okay.
yes, they should. And if
Okay,
you think.
I haven't gone
Okay.
through it, so I trust.
Okay, why don't we just start with the regular minutes of February 26th then? Is there anything that anybody,
Make a motion to approve as written,
I'll second that.
Would it be as written or as amended?
as,
This would be-
as presented tonight. So it'd be amended or what have you with it.
so we have motion and second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay.
Yes. It was Jim who seconded, yes?
So let's go, okay, is that? Okay, so we'll go to the regular minutes of March 12th.
I will make a motion to approve as presented to us tonight.
So I hear a second.
I'll second that.
So we have a motion and a second. Further discussion? Hearing none. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Right. Opposed? Okay. Okay, then we go to the zoning amendment meetings, minutes. And so we go to March 5th, zoning amendment meeting minutes.
Make a motion to approve as presented to us this evening.
Which meetings are these?
This is the zoning amendment meeting of
March 5th.
March 5th.
Second that.
Corrections in it.
So we have a motion and a second. Further discussion? Those in favor? Aye.
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 I'm abstaining.
Okay, so,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
so that's
Wait,
March
yeah,
5th zoning amendment. All right, so everybody voted aye, and
I abstain.
Will was an abstention.
Yep.
Okay, so we go to March 12th. And zoning amendment meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve as presented to us this evening. Well, this was great reading, by the way.
Reliving your life.
I wasn't here, but I at least got to get caught up on it.
I will second that.
So we have a motion and a second. Further discussion? Those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
I'll abstain, Mr.
And
Chair.
one abstention. So that was the March 12th zoning amendment meeting.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, thank. Okay, so the next would be the April 23rd zoning amendment meeting.
That's not zoning, that's just
No.
regular.
Oh, that was a
Just the
regular?
Yep.
Oh, okay, so we have April 23rd, and that was just the regular meeting.
This one I'll ask to table because I just got it now and I haven't read it.
Well, we can do that, I suppose. It's just one.
Mr. Chair, make a motion to table until our next meeting of April 23rd meeting.
28th.
May 28th.
What is it?
May 28th.
28th.
Our next meeting is May
Yeah,
28th.
next
You were saying you're going to
Thank you.
table the
28th,
minutes for
yeah.
the 23rd.
Yep.
I'll second that.
So we have motion and second. Those in favor?
Aye.
All right, so that takes care of all the minutes that we had, I believe.
Mr. Chairman, did you have the minutes for regular board meeting, March 26th?
We do.
I don't know, did we discuss in?
Yes, we did. We went through that. The regular, yeah, we went through that.
Is that the one at our previous meeting?
March 26, we just voted on that.
No.
No, we did March
5th
12th for zoning amendment. was the
and
last
12th,
one.
right.
Yeah, we need to do the 26th.
26th, I think, needs to
No, we can
get-
do it again. I thought we did. I checked it off, but, okay.
Make a motion to approve March 26, 2019 meeting minutes as presented to us this evening.
Second that.
So we have a motion and a second for the discussion. Those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstention?
I'm going to abstain. I was not here.
Okay, so Jim is going to abstain from the March 26th minutes. All right, are we caught up?
I think we're good.
Okay, so we did February 26th, and we had already done the February 26th zoning amendment minutes previously, I guess. Okay, so we're all caught up. So we'll just, our next meeting will be the April 23rd. All right, next meeting date will be May 28th. And need a motion for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Have a motion?
Second.
Have a second? Those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you and good night, everyone.